reporting to you live here from Mount Dennis Station to catch one of my first ever rides on the newly built 16 years in the making Line 5 LRT line. It's live from last week, episode 268. Let's go! Woo. Bye-bye. Welcoming my fellow JayWalkers to another episode of Live From Last Week. Hope last week has served you well. Just a quick shameless plug before we go on. Want you guys to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. So, starting off today, we just have a quick birthday shout out to one of my cousins back in the Philippines. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Archie. Happy birthday, Archie. So this morning, after coming off yet another busy night shift, getting out of work for my first of my 3 night shifts at around 8 a.m., I was luckily able to go home for a nice 4-hour post-shift sleep and edit some Live From Last Week videos this afternoon while watching my Tagalog programming in the background. And finding out before I go in for my second of 3 night shifts tonight that the Blue Jays have recently released their 2026 giveaway promo schedule for this year. But guys, although we were able to get several upon several giveaways throughout the whole 2025 Blue Jays baseball season, I have a little bit of a feeling that this year is going to be a little bit more expensive, with the cheapest tickets for these giveaway games going for just over $70 per ticket. Coming off yet another busy night shift at work this morning, I got in about 4 hours of post-shift sleep before being woken up by a little bit of lingering heartburn, thinking that it might be attributed to my poor sleep patterns as well as my stress that I've been having at work. So instead of sleeping in, inspired by the Montreal smoked meat sandwiches that we had in our previous visits in Montreal, I got up to get ready this Montreal smoked meat sandwich for a late lunch to eat and satisfy my cravings, and to attempt to work on making a dent on this fruit bowl full of pears that our dear friend Ruth had brought for us as a gift during her promotional photo shoot of the recently renovated kitchen late last week, before going in for my final of 3 night shifts, with me being in charge this evening later on tonight. So starting out today, we got a quick birthday shout out to one of my university classmates out there who I remember reuniting with during our outing at Activate. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Carla. Happy birthday, Carla. Now this morning, coming off a steady but happy to be finished my 3rd night shift in a row, after doing this quick SUV carpool with the coworker Tiff, I got to the condo to catch the pre-ceremonial start of the 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Olympic Games, before getting a not so satisfactory post-shift sleep in, waking up to edit more Live From Last Week videos, before checking out the pre-renovation events happening in the condo's foyer, then heading over for the first time in quite a while to the Midtown Toronto area this evening to play some Midtown Indoor Pickup Volleyball. So today we'll do a quick birthday shout out to one of my former coworkers and to one of the biggest tennis fans that I know. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Elmer. Happy birthday, Elmer. So starting off the day with about 7 hours of sleep last night, I woke up to see my buddy and our cabinet guy, Amit, put the finishing touches on our cabinets for our recent condo kitchen renos.
More tape.
Yay! Then turned on the TV to tune into the opening ceremonies of the 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Olympic Games, with the ceremonial entrance of Team Canada not just happening at the legendary stadium of the San Siro in Milan, but also in other ceremonial venues / cities that are also hosting the Olympic Games in the region. As well, we watched as Team Philippines made their own ceremonial entrance with their few selected athletes. Then saw one of my favorite segments of the ceremony before watching the official commencement of these Winter Olympic Games, with the tradition of the ceremonial lighting of this unique Olympic torch in one of their locations, as well as another Olympic torch being lit up at the other host site of these Olympics. But next, after dropping off the wife downtown for her night shift tonight, driving through some of these windy winter-like conditions earlier this evening, I saw this promo for free fries on Fridays and got myself to the local McDonald's to redeem this promotion and enjoyed my order of fries in the SUV to wrap up my night. So this morning, on less than 4 hours of sleep, on a day where the SUV said it was minus 20 degrees Celsius out, but the weather being forecasted that it was feeling like negative 30, I made my way once again to drive downtown to pick up the wife who was freezing from her night shift, spend some time to catch up on sleep with a nap, before staying in all day to watch the official day one of the 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Olympics, watching several different sports that I have tried out in the past, but obviously being more skillfully executed by these Olympic athletes who are performing at the peak of their sport at these Olympics. With my insomnia taking over and having the inability to sleep for over 3 hours last night, I got up early to make the wife some breakfast for her to come home to after her night shift, before heading to St. Rose of Lima Catholic Parish to attend the 7:30 Sunday morning Mass, then going to play in an all-day indoor volleyball tournament similar to the one that I last participated in 2024, going to the gym up at Father Michael McGivney Catholic Academy in Markham, to play in the Hit That Sports Ace of Courts Indoor Volleyball Tournament. Now, after I had that amazingly fun time at that tournament earlier today, I brought out the Uber SUV to pick up my new friend, our volleyball team captain, and little that we knew, my kapit bahay. Guys, guess who I have in the SUV carpool today?
Hi everyone, I'm Diane. Thanks Kuya for dropping me off.
Beer kapit bahay.
Yeah, kapit bahay.
Next in the evening, going home to see the wife desperately try to put on the Super Bowl on the big screen. We were able to make this Super Bowl platter of food for us to enjoy while watching the big game. Also watching what we thought was a very entertaining halftime show with the performance of Bad Bunny, with cameo appearances by Lady Gaga, as well as the one and only Ricky Martin, before finishing up watching the rest of this game, witnessing the Seattle Seahawks defeat the New England Patriots and become Super Bowl 60 champions. So catching up on a little bit of rest, getting just over 8 hours of sleep last night, waking up to catch a couple of highlights of some of my favorite winter sports, throwing back to the numerous upon numerous times in the past that I have harshly critiqued this particular topic in Toronto, along with these news releases happening earlier this week, as well as its official grand opening happening just yesterday. After more than 16 years in the making, I was finally able to take my first ever historic ride on the newly built TTC's Line 5 of the Eglinton Crosstown LRT. But anyways, after doing a couple more stretches for my old and brittle body, traumatized from playing all day in yesterday's tournament, so that I could sub in for another indoor volleyball session with my friend Diane, we'll just go ahead and wrap up this week's episode right here. So, if you guys have enjoyed what you've been watching, feel free to follow JayWalkerPOV on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notifications bell to be notified when new videos from JayWalkerPOV come out. And once again, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you next time on Live From Last Week.